shit from a boy, so boy, I know I'm a gangster. And you a boy. Man, we been going for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Right now, I got you. Right now. Nothing. Need a Uber right now. Right now. Need crew love right now. Cause we two up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. First I pull up, hop out, valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now. Too up right now. Yeah, I'm too up. Round blew up. Copped that new rape on them haters. Threw up. Brother went to jail for them. Told me you up. First time I seen 100 bands, yeah, I grew up. Ooh, on the couches with my shoe up. And we was getting that record label money before they knew us. And we were blowing your budget in the club to boof up. If your dog fall in your ball hog and get your whole crew up. Ooh, I'm with right now, I got you. Right now, nothing. Need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we two up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Shook with Reeves and the ledge. What's that? I smell. Let me count my. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Run. Hi, my name is Dirk Cobain. Like a. Here I go to the next episode. Ain't no damn this.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Baltimore Ravens. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
On second down, Jackson. And an alley to run. And he lost the football. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Left. Hey, go orange.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Going underneath for Gordon. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved that they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Jackson on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Uses the spin. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start with a give here to Balaj. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And Davis with it left side. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Pulled in at the 24. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They go play action here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56.
After the interception, here's Jackson. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And that one results in 35 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky Ready, 56.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Over the middle to Smith. Now a loose football. The ball comes out and picked up by the Chargers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Whenever we call a game that's in the snow, we have to focus a little bit more, trying to make sure we've got the right numbers on plays that we're calling right, the right guys in the game. Think about the guys on the field. Their focus has to really increase as well because so many things coming at you. You got to make sure that you're really locked in on taking care of the ball.
Or if you don't, you cough it up like they did right there.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
12, 12, 12.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down. Now Gordon on first down. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football, but they face a second and long to start things out. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Spinning away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now here come the Ravens. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 Gun!
Now Jackson on second down. Dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And that last penalty makes his third down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He's got him in, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Lucky 56.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this 1st down. He's got his guys a 1st down here. Again, Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 10 more there and another 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Balaj. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
No. Check, Patriot.
Now Balaj. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Kalen Balaj taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Breaks through, weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there with what will be called a 107-yard return. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. As his guys are in for 6, and the Ravens have cut it to within a score.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want him to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, I'm going to go load it. Load it. Buffalo wall. White. Cut.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. So he runs it for 1 yard, then no gain. I don't know that you go back to that well here on third down.
Yeah, I don't know that you do as well, but if you want to get the ball to him, if you want him to have it, maybe you get him into space and throw it to him.
The Chargers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Rivers now from the 50. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Hey, Delta! Q.
4th down, Rivers. He's got his man. It's Williams. A 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Q. White! Behind! White!
First down, Rivers. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, Rivers. Caught left side, Williams. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 14-yard pickup, but it'll still be 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, it's Rivers. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick here is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Load it. Load it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On third down, Rivers, and that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Fielded just inside the 20. Oh, now he bowls him over. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter three.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back from the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On second down, Jackson. And Callaway taking it in left side. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On third down, Jackson. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will tie things at 20 all. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at the 23. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone. Gone, 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 gone.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 2nd catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a 1st down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Detroit!
Now Jackson on 1st down. Being chased out left. Now he's good. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play that time for the Ravens. 44 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run here with Balaj. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Jackson to throw on 2nd down. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
On the toss, here's Balaj. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Oh, that is a complete shank. It's no good. Off to the right, and we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. Boy, you sure don't see that too often.
I guess you can't really call anything a gimme, but you figure with his track record, that's a sure thing. But it turns out, it's not the case.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Rivers now on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. Man open left side, it's Williams. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Chargers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Red.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Returnable here for Davis. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. Smith catches left side. 23 yards on the play. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They run it with Balaj. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. Down to the 25. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Toss play to Balaj. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
So out come the Chargers. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this.
Here we go. 0.
Now a second down throw for Rivers. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first. Rivers now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Rivers to throw. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 6.
Right. Hey, Rocket. Let's go.
Now Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Here's Rivers. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Now Jackson. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Uncorks one for Davis. And that is incomplete. And an overtime playoff game, but the rules, they stay the same as they did in the regular season.
That's exactly right. Whoever scores first, unless it's a touchdown, the other team has a chance to match. That's how it really gets played out. But remember this, no matter how far we go in overtime, in the regular season, there was only 1 period. Here, we're going to go until we have a winner.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, a nice spin. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
That's a pretty strong return to start this overtime. And you know that if you run some decent offense, you should have a shot at a field goal. But I'd have to think to myself, I want the 6 points. I want this game over now. I don't want to give the other team a chance to come back and beat me.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. First throw in overtime now for Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a second down. Well, partner, recent conference championship games that have been needed to decide who goes to the Super Bowl, what do you got?
Well, if we go back to 2015, how about Green Bay at Seattle? And it looks like Green Bay's got this thing. Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse, that gets it done. And then go back to 2010. We think Brett Favre with the Vikings has the destiny, but they're in New Orleans. It's the Saints. And they get it done, and in overtime go on to the Super Bowl. They won that one. They beat the Colts, correct?
Yep. A couple of the more memorable ones for sure. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
And we can go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants ended up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the magic of that stadium in that freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there.
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now a handoff looking right. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
Super Bowl. And the AFC champion has been crowned onto the Super Bowl. There cannot be a better feeling than this.
It's almost indescribable. And when we talk to players from the past, a lot of them mention getting to the Super Bowl, winning a conference championship, even before they talk about the Super Bowl itself. All that hard work to get to your goal, incredible.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.